Gather round, witness the third episode of Tales from the Crypt. Dig that cat, he's real gone. Directed by Richard Donner, written by Terry Black, and shot by Richard Bowen. Based on a story that appeared in The Haunt of Fear, number 21. This is a really fun story in both its comic and TV iterations, and one where the filmmakers stayed very accurate to the source material. Plus, having a character who can die and come back to life multiple times makes it the first episode in this horror series to have a supernatural element. What's this about a man dying again and again? Let's back up here. Our story begins with Ulrich, played in the show by Joe Pantoliano, climbing into a coffin to be buried alive. This is all for the entertainment of anyone willing to pay the price of an admission ticket, and there are many who want to see. Once deep beneath the earth, he addresses us readers and viewers, claiming that once dug up, he will be dead, but will return to life as he has many times before. Ulrich the Undying tells us his story in a series of flashbacks. Before he was famous, Ulrich was a bum living on Skid Row, until Dr. Emil Manfred approaches him with an offer to become richer than he has ever dreamed of being. Dr. Manfred explains he has discovered how to transfer a cat's 9 lives into a human. All he has to do is participate in a small experiment, a life-changing operation. He surgically removes a special gland from a cat's brain and places it into Ulrich's, thereby giving him 9 lives. Proving the procedure as a success, Dr. Manfred shoots Ulrich at close range, killing him instantly. Ulrich awakes with 1 life gone and 8 lives left. The doc and Ulrich are going to make a lot of money with this discovery. They sell tickets to the public to watch Ulrich die and come back to life, and they split the cash. In the comic, the duo puts on these performances themselves, while in the show, they partner with a failing carnival run by a barker played by Robert Wuhl, who you will probably recognize as Knox from the 1989 Batman. The deadly stunts Ulrich performs in the comic draw attention from the public right away. He goes over Niagara Falls without a barrel and jumps from an airplane at 2,000 feet without a parachute. Both times he dies and comes back to life, but spends months in the hospital healing his broken bones. Ulrich's deaths in the show are more ostentatious and worthy of the seedy carnival setting. He sits in a drowning tank and attracts only a small crowd. As his tank fills up with water, a carnival worker named Coralie asks him out to dinner. The two begin a relationship, but more on Coralie later. Ulrich drowns, he's dead, and the audience feels cheated. As everyone clears out, Ulrich finally springs back to life. Ulrich the Undying is a hit. For his next show, he hangs himself in front of a sold-out crowd and comes back to life before their eyes.
I don't want to waste the life.
Now with 3 lives gone, Ulrich has grown weary of sharing his profits when he's the one putting his lives on the line. It's time to dissolve his partnership with the doc. One night while driving, Ulrich speeds up the car and crashes it, killing them both. In the comic, Dr. Manfred smiles at Ulrich in his dying moment, as if he knows something Ulrich doesn't. Comic book Ulrich's next stunt? Have himself tied up in a burlap sack and thrown into the river. But in the show, our man who lives to die plays for another sold-out crowd. This time, he's going to be electrocuted to death, and he's raffling off the job of throwing the switch to one lucky audience member. What kind of sick freak would kill another human for fun?
That's me!
Go, Granny, go.
Are you ready?
You bet your ass I'm ready!
Before, the doc would take care of Ulrich's body until he resurrects. Now, with no arrangements made, Ulrich's corpse ends up in the morgue, waking up just before the coroner starts draining his blood.
That one was too close for comfort. I mean, if this guy embalms me, I don't know if I can come back. And even if I can, So, the next time, I made special arrangements.
Ulrich turns himself into a moving target carnival game, charging people $1,000 a pop to try to shoot him through the heart with a crossbow. After getting bullseyed by the 1987 State Fair archery champion, Coralie makes sure the cops let her keep the body.
I have a special arrangement with the deceased.
Doesn't make any difference.
Tell me this, if there was any objections.
is more money than I make in a year.
You're welcome.
Can I help you move the body?
Yeah.
In the book, Ulrich hires an attendant to look after his body once he's been fried by the electric chair on live TV. Ulrich, alive once more, thousands of dollars in hand, is attacked and robbed by his new attendant, getting stabbed in the heart and dying during the struggle. But the betrayal runs deeper in the show. While an unsuspecting Ulrich is literally stabbed in the back by Coralie, she takes his money and another of his lives. Now, with only 2 lives left, Ulrich can only come back to life one more time before he'd be gone for good. Time for one final performance, being buried alive. And now, here we are where our story began. Ulrich is underground, oxygen is nearly gone, and the diggers are finishing up piling on the dirt. Ulrich is going to retire richer than he'd ever dreamed of, all thanks to a poor kitty that died for him.
Wait a minute. That cat. It died. It only had 8 lives left.
That's right, Dr. Manfred had to kill the cat during the operation, using up 1 of the 9 lives. Ulrich had 1 less life than he thought, and now he's stuck underground, out of air, and out of lives. Dig That Cat is one of my favorite episodes of Tales from the Crypt. It was a fun story to begin with, but the performances from Pantoliano and Wool are so sleazy and yet so charismatic that the TV version is a pure joy to watch again and again. The comic has its own mischievous charm, and the inclusion of Dr. Manfred's dying smile implies his plan was sinister from the start, to have Ulrich use up all 8 lives and take his remaining money. This is a story worth digging up to check out. Don't waste your 9 lives, read it and watch it today.
Somebody! Let me out!